Hello and welcome to July 2024's MTA Bus Update of Next Stop News. Here's what we'll be discussing in this month's installment. We will discuss Old Gen, Hawker and Lithium Next Gen retirements, Conehead and XD40 deliveries, as well as transfers and loans within the MTA Bus Depots. So, to begin this video, I must first announce the end of an era. JFK Depot ended their Old Gen era on March 22, 2024. Out of 7 remaining units which were alive when my last update came out, 4 units, 3698, 3700, 3748, and 56, were retired on the same day that the update released, March 19, 2024. 3698 and 3700 were sent to Zerega on March 19th, while 3500 and 3702, which were at Zerega for a while, were sent to Eastchester scrap. 3698 was the last 3600 unit to be assigned to the MTA's fleet. 3748 and 56 were physically spotted at Eastchester scrap as of March 29th. For a small point in time around March 17th, there were no old gens physically assigned to JFK Depot. All 7 remaining units were at Far Rockaway until around 14 Coneheads, namely the units shown here, were shifted to Far Rockaway to move the remaining old gen units up to JFK as they prepared to be smitten. This highlights the importance of JFK and Far Rockaway's duality. 3708 was Far Rockaway's last old gen, while 3708, 3751, and 3762 were JFK's last old gens, as 3708 later went to JFK. All 3 units ended their lives at JFK. 3708, 51, and 62 performed their last runs between March 22nd and March 25th, 2024. 3708's last 2 runs were conducted on March 22, 2024 on the Q41 and Q60. 3751's last run was conducted on March 22nd on the Q8. 3762's last 4 runs were March 22nd on the Q60, March 24th on the Q37B and Q6, and between March 24th and 25th, late at night on the Q60. They retired 1 day shy of 2024's Worm Moon. So, the last ever run of an old gen was 3762 on the Q60 into the wee hours of March 25th. I was able to catch 3708 and 3762 before they retired, but I missed 3751 as I had a train to catch. Although there was no official farewell ceremony, March 22nd was an epic send-off for the old gens. They got the chance to interact with the newest 2023 XD40s at JFK for a day or two, and ran right alongside them in a unique and unprecedented manner. Many transit fans, self-included, were able to see all 4 types of standard equipment assigned to JFK, old gens, next gens, Coneheads, and XD40s, running together for an irreplicable moment in time. JFK became the most diverse depot in MTA Bus for a brief moment in time, as mentioned in the last update, and did so way better than Manhattanville, receiving their deliveries brand new, on time, and sensibly, allowing the entire standard fleet spectrum to interact with each other. 3708 and 3751 were sent to Zerega as training buses as of March 25th, while 3762 was announced to be retired on the same day. It was not sent to Eastchester scrap as of the recording of this update March 31st. With that, the era of the 2nd Gen Pluses at JFK and at MTA Bus, the era of old gens at JFK and at MTA Bus, the era of old gens in the MTA in general, and the old gen era as a whole has officially come to an end. Other residual units like 3668, 3713, 43, 48, and 63 were still being removed from the depot after the last old gen 3762 had retired. So to recap, out of the final 7 units, 3698, 3700, 3708, and 3751, 4 units are at Zerega, while 3748, 56, and 3762, 3 units are at Eastchester scrap, along with 3500 and 3702, which recently went there. 3708, 51, and 62 being the final 3 units will go down in history as the last old gens we were ever able to enjoy in the MTA's fleet, with 3762 being the final old gen to ever run on the streets of New York City under the MTA's jurisdiction. Although the MTA's old gens are now fully retired, fans have an opportunity to still enjoy the old gens assigned to Port Authority for the time being. Other old gens at TTC had been retired prior to the 7900s, but now, as of March 4th, TTC retired all their remaining 2006 old gens, from 7900 to 7979. Damn! Do you know how iconic the TTC old gens are? That is quite a loss for them. However, SFMTA's old gens still remain. So, Port Authority and SFMTA still have fannable old gens. Shortly after eliminating the old gens, JFK pivoted towards the remaining Hawker XT Next Gens, retiring the 7 remaining units between my last update and May 17, 2024. Those being 3804, 07, 11-12, 21, 27, and 88. The last 3 Hawkers in service were 3804, 3807, and 3811. Here is the retirement data for the last 3 Hawkers in existence, 3804, 3807, and 3811. 3811's last run was on May 10th on the Q40 and was sent to Eastchester scrap on the same day. 3804's last run was on May 3rd on the Q22 and it was sent to Eastchester scrap on May 14th. 3807, its last run was on May 14th on the Q60 and it was retired on May 17th, officially ending the Hawker era once and for all. These were very classic buses and a slight reminder of the old gens that we lost. Many of us grew up with these buses, albeit not as much as the old gens. However, these are still an important part of our childhood, and many of us fanned them at Mabastoa depots while they were still there. They initially came from Staten Island, then went to Manhattan and the Bronx. Yes, they were in the Bronx for a little bit. And then some of them went to MTA Bus in 2020, including 3888 in 2021. Those ended up being the final survivors of the Hawker era, as the Hawkers at New York City Transit at the Manhattan depots were all retired by new XD40s and LFS HEVs. So JFK offered the final opportunity for us to enjoy this unique and distinct fleet. With that, the only next gens that we have left are lithium units. In terms of lithiums, they retired 3964, 3976, 82, 85, 4012, 14, 20, 21-22, 4024-4036, 41, 48, 55, 59, 4072, 84, 4108, 4127, 40, 44, 46-52, 55, 59-64, 67-68, 73-74, 85-86, 4188, 4202, 04, 15-16, 20, 31, 48, 4256-58, 60, 66, 4332, 4348, 4353, 4396, 4422, 4566, 4513, 2858, 86, 4631-32, 34, 49-50, and 4653. 3964, 4020, and 4186 were all used as parts buses. They gave 4165-66 and 4196 to Baisley Park, and received 4266, 4398, 4422, and 4514 from LaGuardia, reducing their next-gen total to 48 units. Around 82 units were retired between my last fleet status update and now. That is crazy! That's 2019 level. 3982 was the last 3900 series unit at JFK. Its last run was on May 25th on the Q9. All their 4000s are dead as of June 25th. 4246 out of Far Rockaway is the last Spectrum left there. Seeing 4248 and 4353 retire, being 2 of the first next gens to transfer to JFK, as well as the transfer of 4000s from Eastchester that killed the old gens, is really a reality check on how far we've come. It also feels good to see next gens retire like this. Base techno moment. 4186 is being used as a parts bus. JFK also received LFS Coneheads 9015, 18, 21, 32, 50, 54 to 55, 57, 59, 62, 65 to 66, 69, 71, Far Rockaway, 75 to 76, 81, 84 to 85, 93, 9105, 9109 to 12, 14, 26, 29, 32 to 33, 36 to 37, 40, 45, 47 to 50, 52, Far Rockaway also, 91, 56 to 57, 65 to 69, 74 to 76, 79, and 82. Increasing their total from 57 to 108 out of their 179 needed coneheads. As formerly mentioned, 9071 and 9152 were delivered straight to Far Rockaway. Side note, I like how JFK's Order 1 and 2 allotments are nearly equal, 89 from Order 1 and 90 from Order 2. 9114, 9081, and 9156 were the 99th, 100th, and 101st MTA Bus Coneheads to arrive. JFK also got XD40s 9320 to 9351, increasing their total to 39 out of 42 long roof XD40s, 9313 to 9351. 9327 visited Far Rockaway on April 27th, but returned on the 29th. This was the first time that this occurrence ever happened. The first XD40 to go to Far Rockaway was 9327 on April 27th. 9314, 22, 26, 29, and 33 also went there throughout May. New Flyer and Nova are cooking. The Cuomo crew did not give the JFK Orions the faith of a one-on-one. I caught 9313, 33, 39, and 9342 brand new. 9331 did a quick visit to Eastchester on May 23rd. Eastchester received 9354 on March 22nd, their final 2023 XD40, increasing their total to 34 long roof XD40s and completing their allotment. You always tend to have that one unit that always arrives later than the rest. They sent a retired 4141 to Zerega, then got it back for the personnel, and retired 4142, 4345, and 4488, but brought the latter back, reducing their next-gen total to 8 units listed here. These next-gens were revenue inactive throughout early 2024, but began running more frequently as the year progressed, and as 2015 XD40s were given back to LaGuardia. Out of these units, 4487 to 88, 4506, and 4588, 4 units are regularly active. 4588 came back from Zerega on July 1st. As of early July, they usually run around 2 to 3 units a day. The 6 2015 XD40s that were at Eastchester for training, 74, 45, 48, 54, 61, 70, and 81 have returned to LaGuardia between May 7th and May 15th. 7454 was the last XD40 to leave Eastchester, returning to LaGuardia as of May 15th. Here were a few Eastchester next-gen sightings throughout the year. Baisley Park received 8967, 69, 74, 84, and 9006. Increasing their Conehead total to 40 units. In terms of delivery pace, they are quickly becoming the Tuskegee Airmen of MTA Bus. Prevost 1532 as well as an XD60 caught fire on April 19th, while NextGen 4166 caught fire on May 7th. They received 4165 to 66 and 4196 from JFK, gave 4196 to LaGuardia, round robin, and retired 4052 due to an accident. That was their last 4,000, by the way, decreasing their total to 8 units listed here. Credit to non-aggression for noticing the next-gen retirements. 3995 was the last 3900 at Baisley. Its last run was on May 15th on the Q64, and it is at Eastchester Scrap as of June 16th. They loaned out 1528 to 30 and 1534 to College Point and 1532 to Far Rockaway, while receiving XD60 5374, increasing their articulated total to 56 units. LaGuardia received 9292 to 9311, 20 more XD40s, increasing their total from 20 to 40 long roof XD40s and completing their allotment. 9294 was the last 9200 series 2023 XD40 to enter service, doing so on May 2nd on the Q49. The last XD40 LaGuardia received was 9305 on May 22nd, which entered service on May 23rd on the Q18, completing their allotment. They received their first official Conehead, 9201, on May 6th, to accompany 8990, a loan from Baisley Park, which was used for training at LaGuardia between March 22nd and May 10th. 8983 was also used for training there between May 10th and May 17th. 9198, a LaGuardia unit, was also seen on its way to New York City as of April 19th. They then got 9192 and 9198 on May 16th. The first Conehead to enter service at LaGuardia was 9198 on the Q67 on May 17th. Ironically, it entered service before 9201, despite the latter being there before 9198. 9201's first run was on May 21st on the Q69, and 9192 debuted on May 18th on the A Shuttle, and then officially on the LaGuardia route, that being the Q104, on May 19th the next day. This is the first time they've used Nova buses since 2019. However, they haven't been running them since late June due to various issues. 4074 and 4531 were not retired. However, they got 4196 back, sent 3966 to Zerega, which later went to scrap, retired 3960 to 61, 4002, 05, 17 to 18, 38, 46 for parts, 4050, 54, 61, 78, 80, 88, 98, 4123 also for parts, 4172, 81, 97, 4209, 22, 32, 70, 4387, 4438, 4493, 99, and 4532. They also sent 4266, 4398, 4422, and 4514 to JFK, reducing their total to 87 next-gens, 2 of which are definitely at College Point. 4046 and 4123 were used for parts. They still have their first and last received units in their possession, 4209 and 4196. It was pretty dry there between March 9th and April 9th, as most of the attention was focused towards JFK They then started to receive a good deal of units throughout April and May, and then after May 23rd, things got dry there again, as the XD40 delivery had now stopped and all the Coneheads were focused towards JFK. LaGuardia got 2019 XD60s 6169-70 and 6172-74 as loans from Flatbush beginning on July 1st. These have likely replaced the yearly 5900 series XD60s that they would get from Stengel over the summer. They also loaned MCI D4500CLs 3279 and 3284 to JFK, 3301 and 3304 to College Point, and 3293 to Yonkers. 3186 was the last 3100 series MCI assigned to Yonkers Depot, which is now retired as of May 27th. Its last run was on January 2nd on the BXM4. College Point is an interesting situation. They basically have Next Gens in rotation with LaGuardia, although they use some of the Next Gens as being their own. So I'm going to consider them in a unique category. I'm going to consider the units that got loaned out to them, as well as the units which are quote-unquote assigned to them, as well as the units which are somewhere in between the spectrum. College Point got a few Next Gen loans listed here. They even got 4196 and 4522 from Baisley Park on May 15th and May 28th respectively. A Baisley Conehead 8968 went to College Point on May 15th, running on the Q25 the next day. A small taste of what the future holds. Far Rockaway briefly received MCI D4500CLs 3301-02, 31 and 33, as well as Prevost 1525 and 32 as loans. 3677, 3966, and 4141 were all sent to Zerega, while 4141 went back. MCI 4315 and Orion's 3502, 3698, 3700, 3708, 3964, 4461, and 4465 training units were sent from Zerega to scrap. As of June 29th, 3677 is the last old gen left at Zerega. 7414 and 8016, former units damaged from Ida, are at Zerega with Zerega stickers as of January 30th and April 5th. XD407507 was rebuilt at Zerega as of April 5th and was sent to Michael J. Quill on July 5th. The last two LaGuardia Old Gens, 3594 and 3736, as well as JFK Old Gens 3500, 3661, 3695, 3698, 3716, 4363, and Next Gens 3808-09, 1422, 4037, 81, 4358, which went to Yonkers for a little while, 4548, 4582, as well as 4392, were sent from Eastchester scrap to Long Island's Nassau County for official scrapping, many of which were sent on April 13th. Many other units have likely also been sent there by now. RTS 5249 was given a new battery and a Hudson Pier decal. It showed up at Quill for the retirement of a bus driver that's been with the depot for 39 years. This happened on March 15th. RTS 5134 was shifted from Eastchester scrap to Zerega on April 23rd, as it is having its engine and transmission removed to keep other museum RTSs intact. XD40s 9352-53, LFS Conehead 9090, and other units are at the JFK vendor. 9312 is missing. 9057, a unit now in service, was spotted on the way on May 10th. 9018, 9090, and 9224 were all spotted en route to New York City between June 2nd and 3rd. 9023 is at Nova's Plattsburgh facility, while 9200 is at Ronkonkoma as of June 30th. Order 2 Coneheads 9158-59 are at Neber. In conclusion, MTA Bus is popping off. Full Old Gen and Hawker retirements, ending their eras completely, as well as quick elimination of lithiums, as they finish up their 2023 New Flyer XD40 order and blaze through the Conehead LFS order. The Old Gen era is now history as of March 2024, as all 825 units have been eliminated, as well as the Hawker Next Gen era as of May 2024, with the elimination of 160 buses. Over 600 Next Gens have been retired in total, at New York City Transit and MTA Bus collectively. All depots that once ran Next Gens have retired or shifted at least one of them. As 4398 is no longer an LED unit, 4360, 4427, and 4675 are the last LED headlight-equipped Next Gens at the MTA. 7 Spectrums remain, most of which are at LaGuardia. 4246 Far Rockaway unit, and 4253, 59, 62, 69, 74, and 76 LaGuardia units. Seeing JFK's Next Gen count dip significantly below LaGuardia's was stunning. Next Gen remnants remain at Baisley and Eastchester, with the latter rekindling its era in a similar fashion to East New York, while JFK reaches Next Gen endangerment and LaGuardia becomes the Next Gen stronghold. The age of loans continues at College Point, but not as intensely as last year due to some units being permanently transferred. Meanwhile, 105 Order 1 Coneheads are here, and around 46 Order 2 Coneheads are here at their respective depots. I'm not counting units which might be at the JFK vendor. 108 Coneheads are at JFK, 40 at Baisley, and 3 at LaGuardia. 151 Coneheads are at their respective MTA Bus Depots. Out of 517 Coneheads, 360 are here. At the current rate, the 2023 XD40 order will be fully in service within a few days, while the Conehead orders for MTA Bus should be done within a few months, with LaGuardia receiving them throughout the latter half of the year, likely through the late summer and early fall, expelling most remaining Next Gens at MTA Bus, and possibly leaving a small remnant similar to what we saw in New York City Transit once the hybrid orders at New York City Transit were finished. Credit to Kingsbridge viewer, Brian Mercy 1022, Orion 7's Forever, Non-Aggression, and everyone else that contributed in some way, shape, or form to the making of this video for helping me keep up with the rapid developments. Thank you for tuning in to the MTA Bus Fleet Status of Next Stop News, and I hope you all enjoyed. With me splitting the updates again, it feels like a repeat of the summer of 2023, but much better. Please subscribe, stay blessed, stay healthy, stay hype, and thank you for riding with Next Stop News. And of course,